Everybody got some plusies and minuses?
Hi everyone, my name is AliIntro. Today I'm going to be talking about a story that took place 2 weekends ago. It's about, I found it in New York Times. It was published in January 9th. It is a story, or it was a story about a celebrity who is married to another celebrity, which is the celebrity are Beyonce and her husband. His name is Jay-Z. The story talks about Beyonce. Two weekends ago, she gave birth to a daughter, and some of the maternity patients at the hospital that Beyonce went to claimed that they experienced some indignities. For example, a witness, she claimed that there was like a bodyguard stopped the mother and told her that she cannot go further. This patient gave a birth to a twin, and one of them was sent to the intensive care. She was visiting her daughter, and I think the securities, they didn't let her go. Also, the securities at the hospital was changed a little bit. For example, they taped the securities camera, and also the maternity ward, the screen was all covered with paper. So it was, some of the patients were protest to that security. In the story, they interviewed a spokesman or a spokeswoman from the hospital who claimed that the security is still under their vision, and the bodyguards of Beyonce, they didn't change anything about the securities at the hospital. That's all. What made me chose this story, because when I was like 16 years old, my grandmother was hospitalized in Prince Sultan Center for Heart Disease. And one day I was visiting my grandmother, and my mother actually was sitting with my grandmother at the hospital. So when I got into the room, I noticed that there was no chairs, no coffee table. I asked my mother what's going on. She said some employees, they came and took all the furniture outside. And I went outside. I started like shouting at the nurses over there, and they claimed there was a princess who was visiting another patient. So they took all the furniture to the other patient's room. Then the bodyguards with the princess, they came and say, "Come down and stop yelling at us." Suddenly, like, the princess came out when she heard the noises outside, and she asked what was going on. I told her what was going on, and she said, "I'm sorry, I didn't know anything about that, and if they had done it, I don't know about it." So she insisted to come by my grandmother's room, and she apologized for my grandmother. Another story talks like 3 years ago. I was teaching at the university. At that day, I had a quiz. So I was late. I parked my car. I got into the college. There was like a National Guards and a lot of securities. I didn't know at that time what was going on. I asked them. They said that Charles, the Prince of Wales, is visiting our college. I said, so what? I don't care. I have a quiz, so I have to make it. Then the bodyguard said, no, you cannot go. I asked him to call the person who was in charge. A captain came by and asked me what was going on. I told him I have to go upstairs and give the students the quiz. Suddenly, when I was like going up by the stairs, Charles was like coming down. I called him Charles, but he didn't respond. You know, he was like talking with the manager of our university, the chancellor. Actually, I was thinking like I'm gonna ask him about like Diana's death. How in the world they didn't find the person who was in charge of her death, and they discovered the mass destruction in Iraq. That's all. Any question?